Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art session series. And today we'll be doing an overview or a voiceover of a session I did. And it's pretty different from my usual stuff. Usually I try to go for like a direct painting approach, one layer only, but this time I felt like doing like a basic line sketch. It's not very detailed, it's kind of loose, kind of gestural in a way. And once I had that, I knew just when to stop. And I think the idea was if I felt like I captured the pose or the main like feeling, then I would stop the line sketch there and then just begin painting. And even the way I painted, it wasn't like I painted everything under that loose line work or sketch. I still had to paint over the whole thing, right? But this sort of session showed me that I don't have to, like, there are advantages to using layers, and I think it's because I'm so used to just painting on one layer that it does make things a little bit easier, right? For example, painting in the colors, like after I've done or added the red base for the whole sort of mech or subject, I just painted everything on a clipped layer that's clipped on top of the original like red painting or underpainting, because most of this mech is red anyway, so that was the base color that I chose. And it just having those clipped layers, it looks really good when you start doing it, knowing that your strokes won't go beyond the clipped layer, right? So basically it won't affect the background. For the background, I think I just added some random brush strokes because there was some sky in the background. I did have reference for this piece. It's from the Evangelion anime. I believe it was when she was like, I forgot the person, Asuka. She's the one riding this red sort of mech. I think she was being beaten down by a bunch of these other Evangelion-esque mechs, but they were all like white and they had like wings. Brutal death. But I think that fight scene of Asuka and those like white Evangelion thingies, I think that was like the best fight scene of all the, because it was so epic. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, she died, but it was like an epic sort of fight. Like it was like a real struggle. So I found this like keyframe of that scene online, and I decided to, sketch it out. So once I had like the base layers there, or the base colors, then I just added a shadow. I believe I put it under multiply, and I lowered the opacity. And I chose a bluish. It's close to black, but it has a bluish like shade to it, like a cooler, because most of this mech is red anyway, so it's on the warmer side. So I wanted something to sort of cool that down to contrast that warm temperature. So something bluish or purplish for the shadows, and I think it worked. I did have to adjust eventually the head, because once I was done adding all of the base colors, I stopped. Like there's a point where I stop, and then I decide to go for I just call that folder or that phase the paint over phase. Basically, I paint over every or on top of what I've just made, and this is where usually the lines kind of disappear, because obviously I have to paint over those lines, right? But I won't paint over every line. I think there is an appeal to leaving those initial lines in. I would recommend a couple of artists. I think the best artist I would recommend would be John Wallenberto. I really like his mecha types of stuff, and he also has a bunch of fan art of Evangelion. So yeah, I just like the way he paints. Very cool. And sometimes for his like quick concepts or sketches, he will leave in those sketch lines a bit. It just feels really cool when you actually look at his finished paintings, sketches, artworks. Yeah, anyway, so after adding the shadows and everything, then I start painting over. But when I do this paint over phase, I add like values or hues in between like the light and shadow. So if there's like the base color that's yellow and there's like a shadow that's sort of brownish, I try to find a value just in between that. It's kind of a mix of both in a way, and then I use that to add some variety. You don't even have to do too much. Just add one more hue or value in between those two extremes. Your lightest sort of value or color, and the darkest value, whatever, and just add something, one or two, bare minimum one in between, and I think it's gonna make your artwork look really cool. And I noticed I do paint better when I have reference. And it's kind of sad because, you know, I want to be able to make my own stuff too, but then again, it's hard because those types of like, yeah, it's gonna take longer obviously because you have to design the whole thing. You know, for stuff like these, I do like it because it's kind of fun, and I feel like sometimes I just feel like painting. Like I don't want to design anything sometimes. And I think we shouldn't always be, because there's this criticism of doing fan art, right? Like it's not gonna make you learn, but if you love the thing you're painting, like fuck you. Sorry. Because you can always do both, right? You can do fan art, you can do your own original concepts. I mean, I do know that I want to be able to make my own stories, characters in future, worlds. But at the same time, but you know, that obviously takes a lot, it takes a different set of skills because you need to be constructing, designing things on your own. And there's no like, it's not as easy as having like a clear set reference. You know, for stuff like these, for pieces like these, it's more like you see more of yourself in how you express that thing that has already been designed. So the way you like pose it, paint it, that's where you can really like show off your artistic sort of spirit, right? So it's not like you're completely like copying the thing you're trying to illustrate, but it definitely is a lot easier than designing your own something. But at least when you do this, you kind of know that, oh shit, I can kind of paint, right? Like I just need to work on like the designing, the construction types of stuff. So basically the drawing phase will probably take longer just because you have to do a lot of like workarounds or you just have to figure more stuff out, right? Which means it's gonna take a lot longer. But I do think in between those, or even if you want to do these things solely, you should do it because it's fun. And you know, with this approach, I'm not really that pressured. Like I think this is a good style or process to try out just because it's very freeing, especially if you're more of the, if you're not a very detailed guy or just you're impatient. I think having something loose in the beginning, a loose sketch, and then just immediately adding some base colors, and then once you're done with that, then just paint over the whole or on top of those layers. And I think that's a good basic sort of process, because once I've decided to pass a certain phase, I don't go back. Like I don't have to go back between layers and adjust things. I mean, there are people who work that way and they have like huge like files, and if that works for you, that works for you. But for me, this is way easier. And this is in my case, it's actually going beyond what I'm used to, and that's just painting stuff in one layer. But I do like this sort of style. It looks pretty cool. Kind of rough, yeah, but it does have a lot of energy. So there you go. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Full video, just check out the membership. And if you want the brushes, the link is below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.